There's an echo in the canyon, a reflection on the sound. When I'm really looking, I can hear you all around.
There's an echo in the canyon. I'm hearing it. And it comes from Mary Oliver. And she profoundly wrote in her collection, Devotions, a poem toward the beginning called Of the Empire. We will be known as a culture that feared death and adored power, that tried to vanquish insecurity for the few and cared little for the penury of the many. We will be known as a culture that taught and rewarded the amassing of things, that spoke little, if at all, about the quality of life for people, other people, for dogs, for rivers. All the world, in our eyes, they will say, was a commodity. And they will say that this structure was held together politically, which it was. And they will say also that our politics was no more than an apparatus to accommodate the feelings of the heart. And that the heart in those days was small and hard and full of meanness. Oh, man. Mary, Mary, what an indictment. Feelings, that's the echo in the canyon. Feelings. What are you feeling at home when you hear those words? What are you taking stock of in your own lives? I have here, to my left, Reverend Charles Grindle, who is a dear old friend, and we're trying to be good agers together, aging gratefully and gracefully, and trying to share that. His poetry has come out in a chapbook. And we were just talking on the set about what comes first. I think his poetic gift and musical ear are simultaneous, probably. That's really a grace note. Well, Reverend Charles, you made it, and this is our 55th show, something worth celebrating. And speaking of celebration, your birthday's coming up.
Yes.
On November 13th. How I remember that get-together in Portland. Also, what else are we celebrating? And what are you celebrating at home? Did you know November 5th today is Guy Fawkes Day? Are you building a bonfire in your backyard? Oh, and we're celebrating the moon. And the moon, at its beautiful fullness, closest to the earth, not apogee, but the other, whatever's closest. Yes. So big and bright tonight. Let the skies clear out. Let them be, just transparent for this beautiful moon, which we're celebrating. I think of my grandson in Ohio, who's celebrating as a pagan. And that is so exciting for him because he's using it as one of the routes of spiritual growth. And I'm surprised at its origins in ancient Ireland. Well, to the contemporary. The poems, Charles Grindle. Greetings. Thank you for reading my poems. This collection starts in my high school days and continues to the present day. They reflect the changes my life has been through to this point in time. I hope they may touch you in some way, perhaps a reminder of a forgotten time, place, or person. Poetry, written or read, is a very personal moment. I'm happy to share my feelings with you, Charles. What a beautiful summation, and what a recognition that it's feelings. Just before we started taping the show, you said, it's not the fact or the facts of it, it's the
Feelings.
feelings.
That's what makes things stand out and be different.
Exactly. And somehow the cerebral poets put that on the back burner, it seems to me. They're so into the science of words. I would love to hear you read, and we'll start chronologically at the beginning, almost, except for Somber and Sunset, two little photographs in words and a winter poem.
Yes.
A winter poem.
One of the few where, as you very wisely remarked, there's any rhyme at all. And part of this is because it was actually meant to be sung as a doxology
Oh, it's meant to be sung.
to Old 100th, the tune Old 100th.
Oh,
That's why. I never would have made it rhyme otherwise.
bingo. So we're starting with the only rhyming poem in this book.
Yes. Now in the darkest time of year, we need a light to warm and cheer. Come, people, join with stars above and celebrate the birth of love. But why should love come once a year when all would wish to hold it dear and grace each day with warmth and care and have abundant love to share? Truly, love comes every day when open hearts can find a way to touch another soul with grace and smile into another's face. For that which we would call divine in our very hearts and minds, we need no special light or birth to let our love fill all the earth. Continue in your giving way and help to light a friend's dark way. Look to each other, not above, for we are all the gift of love.
I'm glad you started with that one because that has such spiritual underpinnings and foundations. But it came out naturally with skillful rhyme, but also the purpose behind it was the doxology, is it? And what is that?
Well, it depends on the denomination that you're with, but the church that was written for was a Unitarian Universalist church.
Oh, you.
And after we do a community reading, we sing the doxology, the Old 100th. And there are different words, again, depending on the church. Every church has their own version of the words.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So I used to write different words for each season
Sure.
so that we would be topical.
Well, you hit it out of the park on this one. Congratulations. And
Thank you.
congratulations on your first chapbook. And it's so delightful to have the photo up, which shows just the bare branches of bushes. So let's continue with early winter mornings, since we just did a winter poem.
Yes. The season we're coming into.
Yes, isn't that something?
Early winter mornings, I like to watch the two stars that slowly twinkle across the black velvet that hangs on the other side of the glass. When they have sunk below my trees, a brightly glittering planet appears in the other window and drops slowly through the gray-blue fabric of the sky. Then the sun yawns its way up over the trees with the river behind me and sets the naked tips of branches on fire with an orange glow that signals another day. When the fire has dwindled, the trees go gray against the heightening blue of the sky.
Lovely. Speaking of heightening blue.
Yes, we were talking earlier, I like early mornings, especially in winter when I can see the morning star
Absolutely.
when I first get up and have my morning coffee and talk with my dog for a while and think about what's coming for the day.
A kind of silent period of meditation, maybe?
Yes, it's meditating on the day.
Yeah. Is that actually before the sun peaks over the horizon in order to get the morning star, the planet Venus,
Yes.
with enough contrast? Yes.
Oh, yes. It's always dark when I get up.
Is it?
In the winter, yes.
Yeah. For a lot of us. And it's now that season. The time has changed. Oh no.
Yes.
Adjustment.
Right. And the car clock won't change itself, and the dog needs to be fed earlier.
And earlier and earlier.
Earlier.
Oh.
Yes.
So tell us about Pip. Is Pip also an alarm clock for you, or is it just he waits for you?
No, I usually get up first.
Okay.
And when he's in the mood, he comes down and sits in front of the little gas fire and waits for his day to begin.
What a beautiful, beautiful scene.
Yes. I got Pip when he was 11 months old. I picked him up at a cocktail party. I went to a reception after I played for a memorial service, and I had a couple glasses of wine, and someone said, "Oh, you two look good together. Why didn't you take him home?" Well, I'm a sucker for a compliment, so I said,
Oh,
"Okay, I can do that."
right on the spot.
Right on the spot.
Oh my gosh.
It was a second glass of wine. I know I should have, but
But the love strings of the heart.
oh yes. Yes, he licked my face, and I said, "Okay, let's go." My first dog was a shelter dog, and I picked him up because I decided he was the one. When he came out to the common area to meet me, he came over and peed on my shoe, and I said,
You got it.
"That's it. You've marked me. I'm yours. Let's go home." No choice. That was the way it happened.
How wonderful. Follow the feelings, right?
Yes.
Oh,
And one color, one sound, one place can start a poem.
can start a poem.
Because you go beyond that, you think, what else did I feel? What else was happening at that point? Where did that take me?
Oh, yes.
And in some of my natural poems, not in this collection, but in some of the things that I've thought about, I think about the places, the aha moments, the places where I've been when I say, this is so beautiful. And I've been moved to tears twice by natural beauty. Once was on the Swiss Cheese Express between Zurich and Milan, and the second was on Queen Anne Hill in Seattle. I just stood there and looked out over the Sound and started weeping.
Beautiful.
For no reason. It was just so beautiful. I couldn't do
is.
that. And that's another mark of feelings of beauty that can spark more thought and a deeper sense of feeling.
And overwhelm you with the ecstasy of Mother Nature's gift. This is a very appropriate and telling about our reference to Mary Oliver because she's had a life filled with the love of dogs, her own. But I'm saying also to you that you remind me in these two poems particularly of the quality and capacity of your own visual acuity when you see something. You know, as you said to me this morning over coffee, it's noticing it, you know? Mm-hmm. It's there, and the beauty is there, and it's blossoming before your very eyes, but it's the particular thing, as you just said, that captures you, and you follow the feelings. Beautiful process.
And everybody sees the same beauty
Yeah.
that I can see, but they don't understand the beauty. And I think understanding the beauty a bit, how did it get here? How was this tree created? What made that cloud take that certain shape that is so lovely?
Aha.
That's the reason for the beauty that catches me, as well as just seeing the beauty. And I think so many people miss that.
Well, you have introspection. You bring it inside. And many people are too busy for that. As our opening poet, Mary Oliver, says, yes, you have to take the time. How parallel, how perfect that allusion to her work is. I think Devotions is an apt title for her massive collection. And do you see a second chapbook in your future? I mean, we talked about second and third bucket lists. Is there a...
Yes, I think there will be more. I've already got germs
Really?
in my mind. I should say seeds.
Seeds.
Rather than germs. That's a whole different picture.
But they'll germinate.
They'll germinate, yes, but they're definitely seeds upon things that I want to take a deeper look at.
Oh, great. Oh,
They're there.
your mind is so creatively fertile, it's just stunning to me. And how lovely that the rhyme scheme of the winter poem would produce actual song or music. And I guess that's the beauty of both lyrics and tune marriage and coming together in a fusion. It's lovely. I think there's another parallel.
Yes. I like your question this morning, which came first. Do you hear the music or do you know the words first?
Yeah.
And for me, it's the words first.
The word first.
And the words will tell me what the song is supposed to be about and what kind of feeling it should have. As I said, my last two songs have been country and western songs. And I can't imagine where that came from. But there it is, because I could hear the guitar twanging by the time I got to the second stanza. I said, okay, this is going to be a country and western song.
Wow. You hear that, Mike? Twanging guitar. And Captain Mike, who's on camera number 1, wow. Same question. Does the tune come first or the words for you?
A lot of times they're both separate and then they kind of gel together.
They gel.
Yeah. I'll do the lyrics first sometimes and then put some music to it, or vice versa.
Or vice versa.
No rhyme or reason in the way I do it.
So how about the echo song that opens our show and is every time beautiful to hear and captures me, captivates my feelings because of its nostalgia. So how did that begin?
That was lyrics first.
Good.
And then it was just lyrics for a long time, and then I had this tune I was playing, and I said, geez, that sounds like we would go together. And put them together.
And they did.
Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome.
That was wonderful. Yeah, I wish I were born with an ear like you. A musical ear that could just pick it out on the piano. Would you pick out another couple after the opening? You mentioned high school. You're probably quite a precocious kid. And we can skip high school.
But I have to say, I am proud of, in high school, referring to sunset as the foreplay to the intercourse of days and nights.
Oh.
I know my English teacher got a little bit flustered when she read that when I first passed the paper in, but she liked it. I got an A.
You got an A. The foreplay of days and nights. Whoa! We're having a merger here. You were experimental and risk-taking from the get-go. I love that.
Yes. I like this with Would It Matter? Because I find the word love thrown about so often these days. I love my car. I love apple cake. The car doesn't return the love. The apple cake disappears.
I love my dog, but he returns it.
Right. Would it matter if I said I love you in a bar, in a room with all the others wanting the possibility that we have? Would it matter if I said I love you at your mother's kitchen table with the warm smells of home stronger than your scent on my skin? Would it matter if I said I love you in the morning after a night of exploring each other's volcanic desires with still tired smiles? Would it matter if I said I loved you in front of 100 people who care that we have found a happy us? Would it matter?
What a question. I heard the main accent. Warm. Warm. Instead of warm. Oh, I loved it. I loved it.
Sometimes it just slips out.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're about to take a break, but tell me about your hometown where you were born.
Ooh, Ellsworth was a very small town, less than 5,000 people.
Ellsworth.
Yes.
And that's where my sister moved, of all things.
Yes. And it was a lovely small town. I knew most people, or felt I knew most people in town, at least their names. Most people knew who I was because, as you say, I had a reputation in high school.
Oh.
We could go into that on another show. But
Great.
yeah, it was like a big family.
Sure.
Really, I felt that support and care.
That's a great analogy and a great metaphor to carry on. Family. Well, how this show goes so quickly, I don't understand. It just feels like 10 minutes and it's 20 or 30. So we're going to take a break and a deep breath. I think that was the signal. So come back. Come back. You're in for a big treat. Come back. Oh, yes. Oh, Charlie, this is a great introduction. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. So. Thank you, Lori. Mrs. Lori Fox always rides in on a horse.
Sometimes a Subaru, but okay, I'll take the
Sometimes a
horse.
Subaru. To enhance the day, I'm so grateful that you're an active volunteer and you and Mike do so much for the station. Oh my goodness. And you're definitely close to our hearts in this volunteer operation, which you've done so seamlessly and smoothly for now. Yeah, and the card is in the mail, seriously.
Oh,
You
that's
should get it
not
today.
necessary.
Oh, but it's so heartfelt.
This is like a second home to us because
Oh, I'm so glad.
it is. And we came about it because I was just happening to watch my husband on a different show, who was a guest on a different show.
Yeah.
And we were kind of recruited to learn how to work the cameras, which is out of my wheelhouse. I didn't know what I was doing. And they 5-minute training and the show was beginning. And I was like, wait, now? So we've been working the camera, and Frank so graciously invites me as a host because in my former life I was an ELA teacher, and poetry was something that we used to cover with our 6th graders. So it's a different audience now, so I always enjoy being here.
And you responded to, oh, Lori, would you please come from behind the camera while they're rolling and come and join us here? You were so, what now?
I have learned that I always do my hair and makeup on doing your shows because I never know if I'm going to be called out. I've come in front of the camera with ponytail, no makeup, and
Wow.
and it's but it's always a pleasure. I am always glad to be here.
And somehow you're always intuitively ready to meet the moment. Thank you.
Thank you.
And even on the spot and
Yeah.
on the spur. So, Dream Team, you're the best. Captain Mike, Mr. Mike Fox, Lori Fox, I'm telling you, I'm so grateful. And it's inspiring. So, you have not had the advantage of a look at the book before the action. But you're so good as a real quick study.
Well, I think, it's funny when you read certain things and you have enough life experience, you can pretty much speak to anything because everything you read can touch upon a phase of your life.
Yeah.
And as I was saying before the show, we have many chapters.
Do.
And one chapter leads into the next unexpectedly, and you look back and you see where you've been. And this book speaks to all of that, going from your teenage years right up until this moment in time. And I can relate to that. And so I'd like to read this one poem. It's called "Is This the End?" And it's funny because it speaks to retirement too. When you go into that phase of retirement, it's like, now what?
We were talking about that all morning.
Yeah.
Is there a bridge?
Yeah.
Should there be a bridge?
Now what?
Yeah.
And many people are faced with that. And even when you get your footing and you find your way, then you're like, now what? So you're always pushing yourself to the next thing. So.
Or as his earlier poem, is that all there is?
Right.
Wow. Such deep considerations of a life story.
Is this all there is, though, is interesting because it impacts every chapter of your life. You get married, and you're doing the dishes and the laundry, and you're like, is this all there is? And then you have children, and you want to have children, and it's wonderful, and you're stuck at home, and you're changing diapers, and you're like, is this all there is?
Good for you.
And then, you get that dream job, that dream career, for me, that dream classroom. Is this all there is?
Wow.
So I think you ask yourself that in every chapter.
And every stage. And and it's been scientifically studied. Yale has put out several books on the seasons of life.
That's right.
You know, natural metaphor, how wonderful. A line from Shakespeare, quote, "That time of year thou mayest in me behold, when yellow leaves, or none, or few, do hang upon those boughs and shake against the cold." He had it. He
Yes.
got it. And that's the season when he became more introspective. We all have those phases, like the phases of the moon, the
Right.
phases of nature's winter, spring, summer, fall.
Okay.
Profound.
Yeah. And you know, it's, you know, there's that phrase, stop and smell the roses.
Yes.
Well, when you're in your 30s and 40s and you have a career and raising a family and whatever you may be involved with, who has time to do that? Now that I'm retired, those mornings are very, very, they're sacred to me.
Beautiful.
They are
That's
sacred.
Exactly my feeling. Charlie was discussing that.
It's a yeah.
Yes, the sacredness of that quiet time of the morning when nature, a la pointed out by Mary Oliver, oh, it's sacred. It's almost a spiritual transformation.
I happen to wake up at 5 every morning and, you know, I get the cup of coffee and
Oh, you too.
go out onto the deck
Oh.
and watch the sunrise.
Oh,
And it's my time
yes.
to just, my gratitude time.
Oh, yes.
And I am eternally grateful for another day. I am eternally grateful for this moment in time. I'm eternally grateful for noticing the birds, the clouds, the sun, and I'm smelling the roses and I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
We were talking this morning about the joy of waking up.
Yeah.
Say, I have another day in this great
Yes.
place they call the earth.
Yes.
How wonderful. What will happen today?
Yes. Yes.
I'm ready for it, whatever it is.
Exactly.
And what can we celebrate?
So your poem, is this the end? The question we ask ourselves, is this the end? This lovely, secure nest for my treasure is the last home I will know. My green, comfortable four-wheeled chariot, is it the last I will steer? The works that I do, are they the last efforts I will have to make a difference? Will this man I don't know but love be the last man in my life? Is this the end of striving and hoping and longing for change? Is this the end of my reality, presence, and time? I think not. Matter cannot be created or destroyed, only changed. And I matter, and I am matter. How will I be changed? I cannot know from my present mode of perception, but I am confident that the next destination will be equally wonderful, a delight to my form. Shall I contemplate and question and fret until the new beginning? And that is it.
You know what? You are a constantly entertaining reader because you have a special way of asking questions, the ones that are in there.
Right.
You know, that leaves a little moment of reflection time. How beautiful you read that.
Thank you. And
What does it feel like to hear somebody else's reading?
I was taken with that. I thought, did I write that?
Oh my goodness.
Because you make it sound so cerebral and but so spiritual when you read that. I thought, what was I thinking when I wrote that?
it's beautiful. The words are beautiful.
I don't remember, but
And they speak to all of us, you know. Should we sit here and contemplate and question and fret until the new beginning? Or just be in the now? Because it will come to you.
right. But I've found being in the moment is a struggle, especially in New England.
Always.
Because you're always thinking about the next season. Do I have to repair the screens? Does the storm door need a new latch?
Yes.
it's a cycle, and it's hard to say, no, I'm stopping for a while. I'm just going to let today be and not, we were talking about doing just one thing a day and letting all the else go.
Yeah. And Robert Frost said it in Stopping by Woods in a Snowy Evening. Just the experience of going through the woods and just appreciating that. That's a smelling of the roses.
It's a gorgeous moment.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of growing old gracefully.
Oh,
Yes.
It is something I wouldn't trade for anything in the world
beautiful.
because I get to experience everything I ignored for the first half of my life. You know, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? You know.
Yes, this may be bleeped, but my 3 rules for getting older gracefully are never turn down a chance for a drink, never turn down a chance to make love, never pass a bathroom. If you got those 3 down, everything else falls into place. The rest is easy.
It's true.
And
It's
your
true.
awareness of that
And
is
this,
true.
yeah, and the simple things are really the big things that matter. They really are. Just watching the seasons change.
Oh,
I go out to my garden all the time, and there's always something happening, even in the dead of winter.
truly?
When it really looks bleak and like you see little things happening.
Lori, you are now revealing a visual acuity of a poet because it's always been there, I think. And you are now so blessed with the time to do that justice.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's an appreciation. It really is, and it's. But New England, I think, affords you that. I love New England.
Oh, yeah.
You know, coming from, I wasn't raised in the country. I was raised in the city. You know, in urban life, in Queens, New York.
Wow.
Yeah,
What a contrast.
yeah. And people say, "What do you do up there?" And I was like, "There's so much to do," and everything I describe, you know, is nothingness to them, and yet it's everything to me.
Well, that brings up the contrast and the conflict in Mary Oliver's opening poem, which is nudging us to take a deep introspective look on what we've become as an empire. And that's in the title. And wait a minute. Who's behind that curtain? Let's pull it back. Oh,
Yeah.
you definitely don't want to miss the richness of the second half of your life, that's for sure.
It is. It is.
Oh,
And,
beautiful.
you know, and just when you think you figured it out, you're like, okay, I'm at that point now myself. What's next? What am I going to do now? You know, and the conversation I had with my husband this morning. And he's like, do we want to busy our lives in retirement? You know, because we have a lot of interests.
You do, and you express them by
We have
volunteering
Yeah.
and doing.
Volunteering. We have our music.
Oh, yeah.
We have our pickleball. We have our, you know, quiet reading times. And long walks with the dog, hikes. Life is full.
Full.
And I'm like, I have to get off my phone. I need to engage intellectually. So possibly learning French. Yep.
How exciting.
We're in the talking stages. I haven't done anything about it, but yeah, that might be
that's a
something new to
wonderful,
learn a new
wonderful-
language.
Oh, absolutely. And meanwhile, Mr. Mike is on stage over at the library in Clinton for the delayed opening of the photography
Yes.
show. And it's, yep, Mr. Mike Fox on guitar. And that little,
I will actually be accompanying him.
oh, how wonderful.
Yep, the two of us.
I'm so glad I'll be there.
And that'll be on the 22nd.
The 20,
Is it the 22nd? Yeah, I believe it is. Yeah.
okay. Of what
Henry
month?
on Main. of this month. Henry on
22nd.
Main,
Ah,
yes.
Great.
Great.
We got that plug in.
Yeah, we got to plug in there.
That's so beautiful.
All right. So,
Another poem about
yeah,
the approaching
okay.
reckoning.
The approaching reckoning, that's a great way of looking at it. So, not to sound morbid,
No.
you know, because it's not. It's not meant to be a morbid, you know, death is something that people avoid talking about. But
Especially our culture, as Mary Oliver says, it's a taboo.
Yeah, nobody likes to think about that, you know. Nobody wants to discuss it, it's too uncomfortable. But it's the natural evolution of energy and matter. And we matter.
And we matter.
And we matter.
And you matter as the poet.
That's right.
And I signed a contract for my cremation last week.
Did you? Wow.
Wow. Hey, 84. Twisting my mustache, but that
Yeah.
time of reckoning is
Well,
coming.
you do. You do. I had, and very quickly, I had surgery a couple of weeks ago.
Yes,
So, you know, you had to think about the things, you know, if anything should happen.
Absolutely.
You know, and had to have those discussions with loved ones. And,
Good
and it was
timing.
it was very matter of fact. And look, this is the way it is, and this is what I want. And they're like, okay,
Good for you.
okay.
Yeah, a real reckoning.
Yeah. So this is called, it says, for Richard, at the end. I don't want to struggle to hear whispered conversations about me. I don't want to hear the chuff of sterile shoes on overly processed floors. I don't want to be denied anything I ask for, a glass of wine, a hand to hold, or a cuddle with my dog. I don't want to be hermetically sealed away from fresh air, the change of light, the sounds of life. I want people to yell greetings and bang pans around in the kitchen. I want my ears to laugh in response if my lips can't. I want to be the free air and the changing clouds, and I want to blend my final breath with the breeze across my face.
You nailed it. The ending is so spot on.
You want a normal day. That's what I'm reading in here. You know, don't lock me away in hushed tones and
remember two friends who died at home, and
Yeah.
that was so wonderful because people came and went at their will and would stop and say hello, and life went on around them, which is great, the way it should be.
right,
You know, I don't want to be in a little box somewhere,
right.
even if it's got a window. That's not me. I want to be outside.
You know, I have family that's all over the United States, and mostly New England, though. My brother had recently a reunion with cousins and family members we haven't seen in the longest time.
Wow.
And both my parents have just gone into assisted living in Rhode Island. So my father is 94 and my mother is 89.
Wow.
So time is precious. They're in fairly good health right now. And we decided to have a reunion so that all the cousins could visit with them, because I'm sure they're not going to see them again. Maybe not, you know, when they pass.
Yep.
Because they live so far, they might not be able to make it down to Rhode Island. They're up in New Hampshire and Maine. And so we had a party.
What a great idea.
And it was wonderful,
I
and
bet
they
it was.
loved it.
I bet it was.
And they were aware of the realization of
Oh,
time.
yeah.
And it was a fabulous, fabulous weekend, and one that they will remember, filled with all the noises of the living.
That's a potential homily. The noises of the living.
Send that to me. I'll work on it. I won't remember it between here and the car.
No,
but you
no,
can
no.
Send me an email.
No.
Yeah.
I'll work on it.
And I probably have lost it already.
Thank you for that reading. That was, you brought tears to my eyes. That was just so.
Thank you for the poem. It's beautiful. The words are beautiful, and they are words that are felt deeply. I can
Yes.
feel them as I read them, you know.
Yes.
A lot of motion.
In my my clinical pastoral education training at Mercy Hospital in Portland, a lot of my visits were with people who were about to pass on. And it was so wonderful to talk with them because they were talking about life.
Oh.
You know, their past life, what their families were doing now. And I thought they weren't ruminating about what will it be like.
No.
Will there be angels and harps and clouds?
Right,
They were about life.
right.
And that made such an impression on me because here they are in, as I say, the over-processed floors. You know, hospital floors have to be clean.
Totally, yes.
Got to be clean.
Yes.
And that made an impression on me that, yes, they want to be with family. They want to be part of life still until they absolutely can't be with part of life anymore.
Right.
And this isn't it. Let them be.
Let them be.
And you've captured it all from the different developmental stages of life, from teenage right to the end. And I love that.
Beautiful job.
Yeah.
I'm going to rely on the intuitive synchronicity of our getting together and how intuitive that is when it happens. You know, it just drops into your lap and you notice, wow, all these things thematically we were talking about just come to fruition. I'm going to take the liberty of synchronicity and go,
Go ahead.
which
That should be
poem would I
interesting.
like to read? You ready for this?
Yes.
And this captures the spirit of keep on trucking. And your dad's story, thank you for sharing that at 94.
Yeah.
1 hour. For 1 hour, the world goes on without us. 1 hour of two being one, of whispered endearments and encouragements, a time of smiles and soft moans and great groaning. For 1 hour, I really don't care about anything except the connection. Neither of us is expecting any more minutes to be added to the clock. We meet at the elevator, and after an hour, we part at the elevator. Our lives go on happily and busily, minus 1 hour, one sweet hour of togetherness. 1 hour, oddly enough, is enough, for it is the fullest, richest hour in my easy, gentle, week-to-week life. 1 hour that brings me to the greatest heights any human can reach, that any humans can help each other attain. 1 hour, please, just 1 hour. Inspired. Makes me think of eternity and our sense of the end of things, how fleeting our lives are, in a sense, just 1 hour. But 1 hour filled with passion and zest and whatever gifts we can leave for others. That wonderful song about it's the love you leave behind that matters. Bravo, Charlie. That's a really energized poem. And for the audience, I don't know if we had the chance to put that up. That wonderful photo of the shimmering sea. This makes me think of eternity too. Besides, also invites me to reread Tender is the Night by F. Scott Fitzgerald. And that scene of the shimmering ocean. You're a photographer, and you've got that talent as well. Multi-talent, you know, it's just amazing how they all come together. And that,
It's the creative pursuit. You have joined the visual with the words and the feelings. And that's the creativity. I notice things because I paint. You know, I can see the colors in the clouds. They're not just white. They're several shades. And it all depends on the hour of the day. And sometimes they're violet, and sometimes they're pink, and sometimes they're gray, and sometimes there's other subtle colors.
The Reverend Charles loved your waves in the painting you gave me as recognition and celebration, but the waves against the rocks, very, very good, dramatic.
Thank you.
How about reading Cycle for us? Speaking of the cycles in life, you know,
Yes. After I wrote this, I thought I should call that homage to May Sarton, because her poem, she has a poem that is very similar to this, talks about bringing up life.
May Sarton,
Yes.
wonderful poet,
Yes.
introspective poet, a lot of recognition of trauma in life.
Yes.
And May Sarton, she's right on the same wavelength.
Yes. Bring it up from the earth, bring it down from the sky. Let me absorb all without filtering until I have taken it in. Then let me look at everything and weigh its worth. Is it all worthy? Does it serve me? Whether it's useful to me or not, everything has a value in itself. Let me consider that when filling the storehouse of my soul, where the facts and sensations and pictures are kept, I can feel the aging spaces filling up and make way for the new. Should I put things down on the path of life for others who find them useful to pick up as their own? Or should I hoard them, all kept only for my pleasure? Let it all go. There is always more to come to fill in the holes emptied by the gifting.
Oh, by the gifting, yes. A great metaphor, the storehouse of the soul. And really, that echoes back to our opening, which is, what is it in terms of spiritual gifts that in our age bracket, especially mine, we have worked on. So let it all go. In other words, the quote I was going to read about if you give it, give love in that condition of life away every day, in every possible situation, giving love, then it'll come back 10,000-fold.
That is very true.
And that is so wonderful,
that.
a wonderful quote from that wonderful guy who wrote, and that escapes me right now. I got one senior moment in. I did. In a totally seamless show. So, what's in the storehouse of your soul that you can let go and give away now? And you too, and me, I'm working on patience and peace and gratitude, and definitely every morning, compassion, understanding, but peace, inner peace. Those are rhetorical questions, which you can save.
Yeah.
I've done the same thing that jerk in the other car did, but I recognize that I did it. So I'm not going to give him road rage. I might not even say a bad word, although it would be on my lips. But
Tempting.
I can let it go because I've been there. I've done myself.
And actually forgive.
Yes.
How exciting. It's a wrap. This has been the most seamless, polished, unscripted, spontaneous show, truly, that we've had in our 55 shows.
Yes, thank you, Lori,
That's
especially for
Thank
the reading.
you.
That was lovely.
Thank you. And
Thank you for
thank
inviting
you
me, Frank.
always for the invitation to be here.
It's a thrill. It's just such a beautiful
Beautiful poems.
happening. So it's a wrap and show number 55. Look us up. Meanwhile, for a whole month, we'll be visiting the Palestine Museum. And then we will have this show up at the beginning of December, all of December. And it's an appropriate holiday show, I think, with the emphasis on love
Sure.
and understanding. Thank you so very, very much in so many ways. Yeah, it's so satisfying. These days
Agreed.
are special. And again, Captain Mike, thanks for the music and the elucidation. And I'll be looking for Mike. Strumming away, and Laurie
On
too.
the 22nd
On the 22nd of the month.
of November,
Henry on Main, the next stop,
Clinton, Connecticut.
Clinton, Connecticut. Thanks, Charles.
If I'm gone tomorrow and you hear this song today, just remember there is love for you